What do you see in this picture that is on pages 6 and 7 of your book?
A train.
Okay, excellent. And where is the train going?
We don't know yet.
We definitely,
It's going over a bridge.
it is going over a bridge. Can you tell me a little bit about the bridge?
It looks terrifying.
Well, if you were on the bridge alone, it would be very, very terrifying. But what's underneath the bridge? How high do you think the bridge is?
I don't. I think I mean really, really high. Maybe a couple of 1,000 feet.
Might not be a couple thousand feet, but it definitely is a couple hundred feet, most likely. And what's flowing under the bridge there? So it's water, it's running somewhere. What do we call it?
A river.
A river. Excellent job. So I think you might be able to tell we are going to be talking about bridges and tunnels, which I know you're thinking, this is crazy. Why are we going to talk about this? But I promise you there's some really good lessons to learn in this. So we are going to go to page 8. We've got some vocabulary, which you may know, you may not know, but we're going to go over them together. So can you say that first word for me?
Isolated.
Yep. Very good job. Isolated. Do you know what isolated means?
No.
All right, so let's read the first sentence underneath that. So it says his house. Can you read that for me?
His house is very isolated.
Mm-hmm.
He lives 30 kilometers from the nearest town.
Very nicely done. So from the context of that sentence, do you have a little understanding of what isolated might mean?
Far away.
Far away from what?
Other people.
Very good. So isolated means you're far away from other people. It could be a town is isolated from larger cities, or it could be a person is isolated from other people. So let's go to the next one. It's the H word up there. Can you read that one for me?
Hazardous.
Oh, that was such a good try. So it's going to be hazardous.
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 All right. So what does that word sound like? Does that sound like a word that, does that sound like a nice word, like a word that makes you think of happy, fun things?
No.
Definitely is not one of those words. So let's read sentence number 2 to see if we can get a better understanding of what hazardous means.
Activities like bungee jumping can be hazardous. Sometimes people get hurt.
Very good. Do you know what bungee jumping is?
No.
All right, so I'm going to show you. They actually have a picture of it. So this man is bungee jumping. So that,
oh, wow.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. And that rope is very bouncy, springy, I guess you could say. So when he goes down, it's going to pull him back up. And he's going to go up and down, until finally he stops. And then they'll pull him back up. And that is called bungee jumping. So does bungee jumping look like it's a very safe thing to do or a very hazardous thing to do?
It looks hazardous.
It is very hazardous. Some people love it, and other people like me are like, never, ever, ever, would not do it. Looks like you wouldn't want to do it either.
No.
Definitely not. So it is a very hazardous activity.